Hey, what's going on, everybody? I don't have a review for Looper or Hotel Transylvania or anything else that came out this weekend because I'm fucking broke and my job sucks, and that's the story of that. But I did go to the Dollar Theater this week to see the movie The Watch. And I know The Watch has been out since the summer. It came out the weekend after The Dark Knight Rises, so it didn't go so well. So I missed that. So I finally saw it now here in September at the local Dollar Theater, Venture Cinemas in Duluth, Georgia. And the great thing about the Dollar Theater is, if the movie sucks, it doesn't matter because I only paid $2 to get in. Even though it says Dollar Theater, technically it's a $2 theater. Anyway, The Watch stars Ben Stiller, Vince Vaughn, Jonah Hill, and Richard Ayode. I think that's how you pronounce his name. The movie's about Ben Stiller's character forms a neighborhood watch group after a co-worker is brutally murdered, or mauled I should say, by an alien. So now Ben Stiller and his crack team of neighborhood watch guys try to figure out who's an alien, who's not, and how to stop this invasion from happening. Now, I thought this movie was pretty damn funny. It's a shame you didn't hear much about it or anything good because the movie is hilarious. Ben Stiller basically plays his typical anal retentive characters like he plays in a lot of his movies, like Along Came Polly and Meet the Fuckers and shit like that. And, you know, he's almost a straight man. He did have a lot of funny scenes, but he's basically the straight man of the group. Vince Vaughn and Jonah Hill are pretty much Vince Vaughn and Jonah Hill type characters. They're non-stop with zingers and one-liners. And Vince Vaughn, you know, he's basically a mile a minute in almost every movie he's in. He plays a guy, he's a husband, a father, and he just wants to hang out with a group of guys and just relax, get away from the family thing, and have beers and cut up and shoot the shit. And that's his main purpose for joining the neighborhood watch group. Jonah Hill's just a police academy reject and who has a short fuse and a high school dropout. And he just wants some place to belong to. And basically, like I said, Vince Vaughn and Jonah Hill and Ben Stiller are basically the characters you see him the most in a lot of movies they're in. And, you know, aside from that, they are pretty funny, I thought. And then you have Richard Ayode. I know I'm pronouncing his name wrong. He plays the new guy in town who is basically what Ben Stiller's looking for based on his physical appearance. Ben Stiller's always wanted to meet a person like that. And Richard Ayode is hilarious in this movie. If you don't know who he is, he was in a British sitcom with Chris O'Dowd from the movie Friends with Kids and Bridesmaids. It was a British comedy called The IT Crowd. And Richard Ayode basically is a scene stealer in this movie. There's a funny line about the Kids' Choice Awards that Richard Ayode says in such a deadpan way about a victim not being eligible. I guess you'd have to see the movie to understand that joke. Anyway, yeah, the movie's hilarious. I can't, stress that enough. Why did I say that? I can't stress that enough. Anyway, it's a fun movie. It's a hilarious movie. And for $2, I don't think you can go wrong. It's better than paying full price and you just being unsatisfied with it. The movie's directed by Akiva Schaffer from The Lonely Island. And yes, The Lonely Island crew, Andy Samberg and Jorma Taccone, along with Akiva, is in this movie. They have a little cameo, which it goes by quick, but you do see a lot of stuff. It's typical Lonely Island type humor, that's in there. And Will Forte's in this movie also as an inept local law enforcement, and Will Forte is funny in everything. Also, the alien effects. Doug Jones, you may know, who plays in the Hellboy movies. He was the body actor for the Silver Surfer and the Fantastic Four sequel. He's in this, and he is one of the aliens. I only know this because I saw his name in the credits, so you kind of figure Doug Jones is an alien. or some kind of creature, because that's all he ever plays. The only bad things I have to say about this movie, as hilarious as our four main characters are, Vince Vaughn and Jonah Hill and Ben Stiller, they all, and even Richard Ayode, they all riff so much, and it's so funny, you get caught up in it that you forget the fact that this is an alien invasion comedy. You kind of forget all about the alien until you see it again. It's most of them just talking shit to each other and just improvisation and going off the hinge and then you completely forget about the alien storyline until you see them mess with an alien orb, or the scenes or the fun they have with the alien itself after they apprehend the alien after knocking it out. And I guess if you have seen it, or if you haven't seen it, if you have seen it, you'll know what I'm talking about. Haven't seen it, you'll see what I'm talking about when you do see it. Yeah. And also, there's something in here involving one of the four main characters, which is kind of predictable. And that's all I'll say on that. You see it coming just because of their behavior in certain situations. You kind of figure what's up with this character. Also, Billy Crudup does a cameo in this movie, and it's weird, and you pretty much figure out what's going on there with him. The movie has a lot of nods to other science fiction movies that we all know and love. There's a little nod to Close Encounters of the Third Kind. There's a nod to E.T. and and one just escaped me. E.T., Close Encounters, and Invasion of the Body Snatchers. There's nods to all those movies in there. And like I said, The Watch, it's a funny movie, definitely worth checking out. If it's at a local $2 theater near you, I definitely suggest it. It's up there as probably one of the funniest comedies of the summer. That's what I'd take just by, seeing it the other night. I definitely would watch this movie again. Definitely rent it when it comes out, because it'll probably come out soon. And yeah, just get around with your friends or your girl, whatever, have a few drinks. The movie is this is a genuinely funny movie, and I really enjoyed The Watch. And that's it for now, folks. The Watch, check it out if you haven't already. That's my late-ass dollar theater review for The Watch. Guess I'll check you out next time, folks. Later.